Thesis writing. Abstract. A brief summary of the entire work. It should include the research question, the scope of the research, the methodology, and the main findings. It should be no more than 1 page in length. Elevator pitch of the work that should be written last. Table of contents. It should include a list of the chapters and sections of the thesis document, often placed at the beginning of the thesis. Chapter 1. Introduction. This chapter introduces the reader to the problem or topic of the work. It introduces the study area, sharing details about the research question, problem statement, and hypotheses. The introduction situates the research within an existing paradigm, conceptual, or theoretical framework. The last part includes the organization of the thesis. Chapter 2. Literature review. Begin with the listing of the subsections of the literature review. Subdivide as you see fit into main topics and subtopics. Use frequent headings to help readers follow your organization. Conclude with a short summary. Consider a length in the range of 20+ pages. Chapter 3. Methodology. It can differ between quantitative and qualitative research. This chapter describes the research methods, such as the scope, population, and data collection and analysis. Begin with a paragraph explaining the purpose of this chapter. Chapter 4. Findings or results. This chapter presents research findings and data analysis methods. It should start with a paragraph orienting the reader to the chapter. Findings should be presented in a logical order, with tables and figures as needed, and with frequent use of headings to help the reader follow the chapter's organization. For studies using mixed methods, it is important to present quantitative and qualitative findings. It should conclude with a summary of the findings and a transitional paragraph, such as Chapter 4 has. Presented qualitative and qualitative research findings addressing the 4 research questions of this study. Chapter 5 presents conclusions, discussion, and recommendations for future research. Chapter 5. Discussion. This chapter covers the interpretation of the findings. Chapter 6. Conclusion. Starts with a paragraph orienting the reader to the chapter, such as Chapter 5. Provides conclusions based on research findings from data collected on research topic, as well as recommendations for future research. This chapter identifies potential limitations to the research and speculates about future implications or related opportunities and recommendations. His chapter will review the purpose of the study, research questions, literature review, and findings of the study. It will then present conclusions, a discussion of the conclusions, and recommendations for practice and for further research.